Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top side as the green Chinese, we have elvi2802. Spawn on south side as the yellow Lord of the Dragon, we have unreadable with a capital 1. And once again, notice this map as well, where 3 of the deer deposits spawned up here, so this would be a great spot for either player to seize. There's a large amount of gold and deer. 2 large gold deposits, 2 small gold deposits, a lot of sheep, and 1 stone. Yeah, it's just a lot amount of resources here. Down here, we do have the trade post for either player, though neither faction or civilization has access to really good traders or any benefit through the traders. Wait, do Order of the Dragon get unique traders? I don't think so. Yeah, just traders, not gilded traders. Chinese player does not have an Imperial Fish on the field, unless I'm blind, which is very likely. Over here, or the Dragon player is collecting a little bit of gold and going for sheep. Pretty just normal standard. And now he has deployed out a mill to collect up some berries. How's the coming along? Looks like yellow just brought in around a sheeple to lead them to glory into battle. And not to the slaughter, right? Menwork Palace not being blown out. The Menwork Palace is the unique blacksmith, faster, 40% faster, 40% cheaper blacksmith research, and 3 unique research. Golden Cuirassier, or however you pronounce that, for the man-at-arms, halberdiers for the lance connects, and did the siege crossbow bolt, siege bolt, get changed in the recent patch? I can't remember. Because I know Lord's Own siege weapons had got increased range armor, in which that would make even the siege bolt research even more worthless. So let's see if it got changed. I don't remember everything in the patch notes. That was plus 20 damage against siege units. Was it plus 10? So I think that just makes it still worthless. I'm not a big fan of this research. It's even the most situational situations, it doesn't really offer enough damage to make it warranted. I would not mind seeing this sort of research reworked, maybe turn the crossbows to use siege damage, which may be a little bit overpowered against buildings. I don't know, just something. I don't know how to make that thing a bit more reasonable. Artican's Sun has been pulled out on the deer deposit, so we have access to quite a bit of deer, and he's also put some sheep there. And looks like yellow's going to take time and aggravate the deer. Spreads them out a little bit, but those at this point in time they're a little bit too close to each other. That's not really that's still a pretty good cluster there. That's the only one that's sort of off the side. Not a size support out in military units just yet. No research here at the moment. Chinese player is going for a large amount of stone. He's eyeing for a secondary town center. He may deploy it out over here. This may not be half a bad spot to set up a secondary home. But next to this Arnica's Sun, you have 15 villager storage. Large amount of wooden palisade walls going on up to lock down the corridors. Yellow Scout could hop inside the town center to stay alive. And, ooh, a Scout stays alive, but barely. So the Tang Dynasty has not gone up the song. And now got the town center not being put on the field. Yellow's, oh, looks like a Green Scout did go down there. Got shanked by Yellow Scout. Here's going down here, more villages. And more walls. Oh, looks like I got Bolgraf Palace now being put on the field. The Bolgraf Palace will make your barracks, this barracks produce faster and cheaper. And also research 30% faster. And probably wants to get that on the field. He'll probably eye for a bit of aggression. He gunned down the sheep. Honestly, since he does have... His opponent is not going for many military units, of course that's with our caster vision. It could have been a good idea to go for Regni's Cathedral. The Bulgar Palace and Regni's Cathedral do have, you can measure out their cost effectiveness. Bulgar Palace doesn't have to, of course, rely on relics to be obtained. But you can, if you're constantly building from it, you can take the discount and compare the discount to the extra gold generation of the relics. I think it's like you need 3 relics to make it so worth the Menwerk Palace, the Regni's Cathedral is worth more than the Bulgar Palace, but Bulgar Palace is just nice to have. You don't have to worry about collecting relics to improve its quality. But you still should either collect the relics either way. Here being cleaned up over here. Could see Boar next. No Scout is there. He knows about the Bardican Sun. The only reason why he took the Bulgar is because the Bardican was blocking my path to easy relics. Granted, this one is locked off. With a little bit of micro, you can easily circumnavigate the Bulgar, the Bardican Sun. And probably a good idea to go for the Siege Engineers. Maybe a little bit too early to go for Military Academy, though would improve the cost effectiveness of the Bulgar Palace. You can actually break down the mathematics of behind how early you should go for a Military Academy. Because, granted, it does have discount here, so it does change the math a little bit. I do have now the Imperial Academy, that's the Age 2 landmark. So he will be soon Song Dynasty. The Military Academy costs like 350 resources, improve the production by 33%. So if you take that 350 and see how to put it, and sort of compares it to producing more structures, I forget the number. I think if you go for at least 7, maybe 8 military structures in the field, that's when it becomes more valuable. But if you don't have those military structures in the field, it's generally better to just build more of the structures. Granted, with the Bulgar Palace, it does also improve the quality, the value you can get out of the Bulgar Palace for faster production. I wonder, is additive or multiplicative the effects of the production speed? Doesn't have to go for the Siege Engineers just yet, only when it's time to push through with this region. Astronomical Clock Tower being plotted out. Couple farms deployed on the field. And still plenty of sheep for him to collect on up. And it's also collecting a boar, very nice. Right now, the Chinese player does have quite a bit of a villager advantage, but remember as well, Golden Dragon's villagers are 25% more effective, so add 25% to this, which is approximately 18 villagers, I think. So yeah, the villager count will be a real, very, very similar. So the extra town center has not been... yeah, looks like he is not constantly producing from it. If he's not constantly producing his town centers, so he's started letting his villager queue not being proper, and that's why he doesn't have a massive villager lead. And so the Order Dragon player is keeping up in villager production. Oh, monastery does get cancelled there. There's a nice force of gilded man-at-arms. The Chinese players almost have resources to age up as well. He does have the opportunity, he may not realize it, that he can push forward and deal some serious damage. We've got mass Zunchus in the field, which are not going to be great versus these gilded man-at-arms. He does have the golden Kuras research. Inside as well, I never know if this tooltip is correct. Here it says 20% at 20%, but here it says 20% at 30%, so I don't know which one's correct, and maybe the 30%. Because 20% at 20% doesn't seem all that effective. He needs to go for crossbows rather than Zunchus. Because these guys will do 1 damage each. Right now, 5 range armor. Zunchus can get up, what, 7 damage to Sage? So going for +1 more armor, which is guaranteed he will only take 1 damage per bolt. This Sage. But right now, he does not need it, since they're just regular Zinchnews, not even veteran. Firing in the Sun is basically a really heavy outpost. 25 damage, single shot, so against large numbers, it may look massive impressive to fight against a large army. It does not. And a single battery ram is also, of course, very effective. Sorry, get some torch damage on the military academy. Getting some damage in infrastructure. Now there are these veteran Zinchnews. Let's have some veteran gilded crossbows in the field. Oh, good choke point there. That scout is causing some massive issues. These choke points are a little bit difficult sometimes. Gilded crossbows do hit hard, but they're not really super great versus light units. They're fine against light units. These archers are just better against these lighter units. Chinese players are going to go for a handful of crossbows. He sees this very large range force there, so he should start eyeing for counterforce. He should expect crossbows to be deployed on out. Green's trying to eye for a keep here. Mangonels will be very good at this moment. Trying to torch down this here. Gilded crossbows get some damage there. Zinchnews not going to be hit by the man-at-arms, and this time they're not in urbanized environment, so they're able to get some great damage on this time. A handful of regular crossbow in the field. He has some micro crossbows and uses gilded or Zinchnews as a meat shield. But right now the gilded man-at-arms have open ground to work with. Gets good damage there. Probably a good idea to skip torching down the keep for now. He can quickly go for siege engineers to help him play with some not blacksmiths, battering rams quickly. And now the forces are pushing forward. I don't know if the keep was cancelled or killed off. Got some good damage there. Ooh, some lance connects got some good hits there. Doesn't have halberdier research, but strange enough, halberdiers are really good versus villagers. Because it makes it so lance connects become a decent raiding unit, since they get one good hit on a bunch of villagers. They all bleed out. They won't one-shot them with the bleed effect. They'll come very close, so having two lance connects can make it so you can just go around murdering villagers and just watch them bleed. And now the keep not being deployed on out. He has no military units in the field. The keep will pose a problem. He could just try bypassing it. With our cast eventually, we know he does not have a lot of force in the field. He's going to take some losses trying to kill off some of these villagers, but there's not enough room for all these villagers. We'll pick out the stragglers. These guys got a little bit tied up in the buildings. These couple villagers running around over there. These guys may want to keep their distance from the town center. The town center right now does 6 damage per extra arrow. These guys have 5 armor, so they're taking 1 damage per shot. Very, very little. And it could just take time to start breaking through over there. Or, this is something I like to do as Mongols. In a big conflict, I like to peel off a couple units, go off the side, and start infesting your opponent's space from the inside with battering rams. Mongols can do that a little bit better because they can get the improved lightweight beams for faster construction time. So 75% faster construction time, make it so like a couple man-at-arms can build a round of battering rams in no time. Chinese players trying to pull out a good number of archer ranges and another keep. Yellow's trying to go with his own keep. Does cancel it there. Probably a good idea to cancel it. Got some farms out here, a little bit exposed, but this map doesn't offer a large amount of real estate inside your own base. He does have some walls, not fully walled in, but seeing his opponents not being aggressive nor building mounted units, it's probably fine until it's not. Yep, I would say move the crossbows in the middle there, get siege engineers, and infest your opponent's base. Oh. He delivered his taxes of 3 pieces of gold. Villagers may get intercepted here by the men-at-arms. A couple of them did go down. And now these men-at-arms will probably get killed off. Turns to pulling out no more additional units, need a bit more gold to age on up. Also, Swabby wouldn't be half bad, but right now he is ahead in villager count. His opponent has not been building additional villagers. And this is one reason why I have a macro to automatically build villagers. Because if you forget your village production, you can start falling behind. Let's see, is Holy Empire player? Yep, he's building his villagers, though he's queue up some more here. Palace of Swabia not going on up, which will help him fabricate villagers. Well, still just building entire range force, so Mangonels will be very, very useful. Additionally, Mangonels do have 9 tile range rather than 8, so they can outrange keeps. And they do have bonus damage versus structures as well, so Mangonels are a good soft counter to the structures. Spring Golem placements, however, can be built up by the keeps, which do have 9 tile range. But since now they have increased range armor, 30 range armor rather than 20, they take a lot less damage. Though Spring Golds still have 40 base damage, so they do 10 damage in total, barring damage increases. That's still not bad. Granary being put on the front line. Got a handful of gilded crossbows here. They will go down. We've got the Palace Swab being put up there. A little bit exposed in the center, but we will get the stone deposit nice and secure. There's still quite a bit of gold up here for both players to utilize. The Royal Dragon player needs to start pushing over here. Most of his opponent's infrastructure is here as well, so if he's able to destroy this, he probably just outright wins the game. These players have a large amount of wood. The Order Dragon player does not have a whole lot of wood, but battery rams are 200 wood, so they're pretty cheap to mass produce. We do have a siege workshop here. Since he does have a keep here, he could just eye for some counterweight trebuchets and bombard his opponent's base. Over here, more lumber mills, claim some various wood. Blacksmith. Monk here. Looks like green has claimed up 1 relic, has not claimed any more. Yellow has not picked up any relics. Good eye for some. Be very useful in getting a relic inside that keep. More farms there. There's quite a bit of food and gold. Probably still a good idea for Order Dragon. Maybe a good idea to get a macro set up so it can just automatically build mana arms or something at the Bulgraf Hall so we can maximize his production. Outpost being built there. Bit of wood. Villagers mass queued up there. It's usually not a good idea, but he has plenty of food, and these things are of course dirt cheap, and the queue does go pretty quickly. More villagers being built out here. The Order Dragon player does have superior number of villagers when he can some economic upgrades. Doesn't have any gold mining research, but his opponent is also lacking a bit of research. Now going for the forestry research. It's a cheap upgrade, and whenever I play, I tend to push it off more than I should. And I usually forget about it, which is probably not a good idea. Do now the veteran good archer research. That should be very effective versus the crossbows and Zunchunus. Got a clock tower and nest of bees. Granaries don't like giant rocks being thrown at them. They're not made out of glass windows, but a giant boulder is still not good for any structure. I love how there's a giant gate here, and there's just a tiny little fence for you just to step over. Architecture in a nutshell. The granary is now down. Was definitely far too exposed. He should have just thrown the stuff over here. There's plenty of real estate over here. But this wolf has plenty of free real estate to himself. Trebuchet sieging away. This is good. While he's in a good position, starts sieging away his opponent. Getting another keep here. Green may not be able to see this. Assume he would. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, he's now pushing over here. He definitely does see it. And yellow does have outposts here, so it does see all of this. So probably should cancel, does cancel keep, very good. One villager does get killed off. He will lose the outpost and probably the villager inside. Let's see. He does not have the Zornhau, the halberdier. Halberd. I'm a little bit mixed on this upgrade. It's good for raiding of all things. Not good versus in mass conflict. Trebuchet does go down. Man arms charging way forward. Does get close on in. Does go ahead and take out the clock tower nested bees. He does fall back to the keep. If he's concerned about keeping these guys alive, he can just throw them inside the keep. And the keep just fired away. Couple more man arms to put on the field. He does have a bit of resource to work with. Plenty of wood. Battery rams only cost 1 population space, so you can really get a good number of them on the field. Zinchnu now getting healed on up. Got a large number of idle villagers here. And maybe I'll pick off some of these villagers there. Does at least keep them away. Exiles have not been researched. The research that you should get, but it's one of those researches easy to forget. No textile research here either. The Chinese player actually has no food at the moment, does he? He has plenty of wood, so I'm not sure why he's building out a number of lumber camp. He should honestly just build mills, farms, or just needs to do something quickly. Just build a mill next to these berries. Because with 2,000 wood, he has that could be good for battery rams, but that's about it. Trebuchet is now sieging down the keep. Local doggo demands head pats. Again, he's going for more wood. He did spend a little bit of wood there on some trebuchets, but he needs food. He is not properly addressing that. There's still some deer from the cleanup, the berries, more berries. Pumbaa way over here. Pumbaa's home to also a bunch of gold and stone, in which the Order of the Dragon player could eye for that if he's having trouble claiming other gold deposits, but there's also a gold deposit here. So the Order of the Dragon player does have other gold to work with that's not in this area. Order of the Dragon player does have a bit of reserve of stuff. Spring golds to get a good volley in the clock tower nest of bees. It takes 4 spring gold shots now to take out a clock tower nest of bees. He needs to stop moving forward like that. So if he only has 2, that's actually relatively fine because now the spring golds do attack faster but weaker. Right now has a good number of crossbows. Gilded archers are a good item versus that. Mangonels would be also a good idea. That has a large number of clock tower nest of bees. Does take out 1 clock tower nest of bees. He may want to be careful. He's hitting the farm, which is not a good target. The farm still can hit there. He is pulling as a retarget to something else. Nest of bees do get a good volley on the gilded archers. Gilded archers, since they killed off the farm, are now hitting the crossbows. Gilded men at arms have taken quite a bit of beating there. They're soon to go down, but they're all of them did slip on in and getting some great hits there, killing off a good number of those clock tower nest bees. And right now, the Order of Dragons player, since he just simply has better economy going, his opponent has been failing to properly build villagers. He will definitely pull out the head in the long run. Chinese players has not very good economic management, got too much wood there. And Chinese player does back the game now. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.